As you know, the goal of this month is to save this channel. And to do so, I'm going to make the videos, and you're going to subscribe, like, share, that sort of stuff. Maybe even comment if you have thoughts. But before I get into some of the stellar content that we have planned, I think I need to get a haircut. And now I'm here to get a haircut. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well.
Awesome. What are you doing today?
Getting a haircut. You?
Well, I'm cutting your hair.
Whoa! How did that happen?
Funny.
How long have you been cutting hair?
Oh man, you're really testing me, aren't you? 35 years. This year, yeah.
So you must be good at it.
Well,
I know you're good because you cut my hair before, but
people tell me I am, so I must be.
do you have a favorite part of cutting hair? Even better question. How has your view of cutting hair changed over the years?
I've gone to a lot of shows. Unfortunately, I don't get to many now because they're so far away. But when it all boils down to it, I have figured out that you can pretty much master any haircut with the basics that you're taught in school. You know, shows will show you these, new tools and new ways. But when it comes down to it, you just have to rely on your basics, the basics you were taught.
So at the shows, are those like expos, like?
Kind of, yeah. You know,
Okay.
you have a lot of vendors, and then you have artists that they have on stage, and they have models that they work on, and
Cool.
haircuts, colors, different stylings of hair, whether it's braids or styles for weddings, proms, those types of things. Sometimes they tailor a show to something specific, but it just depends, really.
That's cool.
So, how about you? What about your video, and how do you like that?
I mean, I love it.
You love it.
It's a blast. Especially, I think my favorite part is always working with people, like collaborating, like today.
Yeah.
I love doing this sort of thing just because it by being the video guy, I always get to be kind of the outside person looking in,
Right?
but also so I get to see things that other people might not see
True.
because they're like living it in the moment.
True.
And so that's fun. So like doing documentaries or people are so focused on the here and the now, and I'm like, I get to see kind of the whole thing,
Sure.
and kind of I like to see the story kind of unfolding.
Yeah.
It can be a tough thing when it's hard to find the story in some things,
Yeah, I see that.
but
See that.
it's now been the video from yesterday. I was working on counting like how long it's been up. And this channel by itself, I've been doing for 6 years off and on.
Wow.
But as far as doing video itself, it's been more like 8 or 9 years.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's been a blast.
Do you have a favorite style of videoing you like to do?
I feel like I have a group of. I like doing stuff that is very like fictional, story driven sort of stuff, but I also really like real stuff. Mm-hmm. So like for this video series I'm doing that you are now a part of, it's kind of a mix of both, where it's kind of going to go between fictional and reality, sort of. Yeah, sometimes without notice, sometimes with,
Okay.
But I also find like sometimes fiction is more real than reality can be.
Right.
And so it's kind of cool. I do like doing documentaries though, and I like doing mainly, I feel like the main reason why I like documentaries is meeting the people.
Right.
So like I did a documentary called Stand By, which was about the first like 5-ish years of the Stand By to Fly initiative, which is a group of guys who they put on a competitive shooting match every year, and all the money goes towards some sort of organization that benefits veterans or Gold Star families, that sort of stuff.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and they do a fantastic job with it. And so but in that video, I got to meet and talk to a lot of the people who the money's gone to, and kind of was able to see what actually they do with it.
Wow.
And why they actually started, and all these sort of things that, I got a glimpse of when I would record the events themselves.
Yeah.
But then I didn't really understand until actually meeting these people and, asking them questions and recording where they're at. And so one place was House in the Woods, and it's up in Lee, Maine.
Yeah.
Such a cool place.
You
such
went
a cool
up there?
Story, yes.
Oh, that's cool.
It's such a cool group of people putting it on, and I totally recommend watching it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a pretty amazing. Just anything having to do with stuff like that just is really touching and really amazing.
I'm sure you hear a lot of nice stories here.
I do. Yeah.
What's that like?
So it's amazing how involved you get in people's lives. I have clients that I've been doing for 35 years. And, I ran across this cute little meme, online, and it just made me laugh. It says, the hairdresser will remember your wedding, when your babies were born, when you graduated from school, when you got married, when you had grandbabies, all these little personal things about your life, but that your hairdresser will never remember what side you part your hair on. And it's so true. So true. And that's me to a T. I'm like, oh, they know me well. But I think that's one thing about my job that I really, really love is, the friendships that I've formed. I call them my people. Through all the COVID stuff when I had to close, I missed my people the most. There was a few of my older people that I called just to talk to them because I missed them, but to check on them too, some of my clients that I have access to through social media, I'd message them and just see how they were doing. And but it's crazy. I've lost several in my years of doing hair, and it's just amazing what that does to your heartstrings. And it's a big hole. It leaves a big hole. I've had clients, longtime clients that have had to move, and try to stay in contact with them as best I can. And it's just, some people don't think about the bond that you create when you're doing a service.
Yeah.
Even though it's your job, you see these people, every 4 to 6 to 8 weeks, depending on what they have done. And, it's just so much about it. And I know everybody's schedules, so I'm like, okay, you need an appointment, but you need it at this time because you get out of work at this time.
Yeah,
and, right? And, school, I got to make an appointment for my kid, but they got sports going on and, so what's their schedule, and let's see what we can do, and can we squeeze them in as soon as the home game is over with, or as soon as practice is over with. So it's just, for me, it's just that personal touch. I worked for a very short time in a chain salon. I mean, just weeks, and I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand not having
the same people.
Yeah, not having the same people. I couldn't stand. It was, just get them in and get them out so you can get the next person in. And I couldn't work like that. It drove me crazy. So just this is just nice. I love having these conversations. I love getting to know people. A lot of my clients have been with me through, even in my own personal life, through being pregnant, having babies, growing up kids, and what have you. And it's just it's just crazy amazing, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things I love about my job is I'm a people person, and
Yeah.
I just love that, you know, being on that personal level with people.
I feel like it helps that it's like both of us are very much in service
Yeah.
sort of roles.
Yeah.
And yeah. It's kind of cool to see how both of our views kind of are parallel in the same way, whereas it's like people and their stories.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and
same
being
with
able
you.
to know them, yeah.
As you get into that personal, delve into that personal part of people's lives as well.
Exactly. It's
Yeah,
so cool.
it really is. It really, really is. So, but, so what do you got rest of the day planned?
Probably edit this video.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It's usually, I feel like editing is sometimes my least favorite part of this. It's like I love this. I love the conversation. And then it's like, oh, now I gotta do something with it.
Clean it up and
Exactly.
yeah. That's great. That's great.
And then other than that, I'm not sure.
No.
What about you?
Well, I do have another part of my job is I get to the point where some of my clients get to the point where they can no longer come to me. So I do have to go do a home visit
That's so sweet.
in a little bit when I get done your hair. And it's technically my day off, but
I appreciate you doing this.
it actually worked out really well, honestly, with everything else going on. But of course, you know, being on vacation last week when you're self-employed,
Yes.
you don't really get a vacation.
Yeah, no, you don't. I understand that.
You know,
It's just like you just gotta think about work in a different place.
yeah. You gotta squeeze them in somewhere else.
Yeah.
Work a little longer, you know. But does it feel short enough in the front?
Maybe a little shorter.
Yeah.
I think, though, it's all running your own business is also nice because, you know, you do have the flexibility.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, when the boys were in school
Yeah.
and all their extracurricular activities, I could manage to you know, work my schedule around. There were a few ball games where, you know, home games that I would leave and go watch a game and then come back to work. But, you know, at least I can do that. So.
Yeah.
But I always tell my clients, I said, you know, I'm really not my own boss. You guys are. But it is nice.
It's fair.
It is nice.
So beyond hairdressing, you like to act too?
Well, I mean, you know, I always enjoyed it in high school. And yeah, so I built out, you know, spread my wings a little bit and did that play this year. And
It's really cool.
really, I'm so glad I did it. It was so amazing. And I mean, I never imagined that I'd have such a huge role. But I'm just super proud of myself to prove to myself that I could memorize all that stuff and just do it. So
It's funny you say that because I feel like, so my goal is 30 videos for the month of September.
oh wow,
And it's for the exact same reason of to prove that I can.
yeah,
Where it's like, I haven't posted much on my YouTube channel this year or last year. And so it was like, let's just try something here. Let's just go for it. Don't totally know where it's going to go or what videos are going to happen. I have a few cool ones planned with some really cool people.
right,
But it's one of those things where it's like, I'm excited to just be making stuff again.
yeah. I've never really, you know, had that passion for like doing videos and stuff. So it is pretty interesting to like listen to you talk about, you know, sometimes you don't think about the things that people do that kind of align with what you do and the whole
and like the
getting
reasoning
involved
is similar.
yeah. So that's pretty cool too.
I feel like as humans, we all, to a degree, like similar things.
Yeah.
It's just the way of getting there
Yeah.
is a little different.
Yeah.
It's like I know a lot of people working at the grocery store or at, you know, that they love it because they get to talk to the people, and
Yeah.
they like their customers that come in every week or every day, or, you know.
Yep. It's like working at a restaurant or something, you know. I talk to people that work at restaurants and they have their regulars that come
Yeah.
in and they're like, you know, I know exactly what they're going to order. And
Just, I've always wanted to be that regular customer.
yeah.
Where it's just like you walk in and then it's just like, oh, here's your coffee ready.
Right,
Done.
right.
Okay, see ya.
Yeah. Kind of like the old show Cheers.
Exactly.
Norm!
Where everyone knows your name. Just,
Yeah. Good one. Yep. Yeah, it is fun. Just a smidge more, not bad.
excellent. I was just in Canada.
Oh,
That
you
was
were?
fun. Yeah.
Nice.
Visiting my grandfather.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. We along the way we stopped in Niagara,
Oh, yay.
and then on our way back we stopped where one of my favorite YouTubers, where he makes a lot of videos, and so we stopped in that town, and then we stopped in Toronto.
Holy cow.
Got some cool photos there.
Did you drive?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it was a lot of
I
driving.
bet. Did your mom go?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. It was good.
See
It's
any
so
moose?
beautiful. No, I've yet to see a moose in real life.
Seriously?
Like, yeah. I've lived in Maine my entire life and I have not seen a moose.
That is funny.
Lots of deer, maybe a bear or two, tons of turkeys.
I have
but
a friend of mine that has the same thing. She's lived here her entire life, and she's not ever seen a moose in real life.
it's like, I don't know what's up. It's like, they're like, this guy, he's a little too tall. I don't know. I got
I don't
nothing.
know. Do you want it rinsed out or anything at the sink?
No, I'm going to go home and take a shower.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
You're so welcome.
This was fun.
Really fun.
Thank you for doing this.
It's always fun.
It is always fun. And being on camera wasn't any less fun.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's much better. Can't recommend Wanda enough. If you are looking to get a haircut or color, I'd definitely go see her at Miss Snippy's in Corinth, Maine. Just so much better. Now, I need to find someone to help me with my quest to save this channel.